This council meeting to order. Michelle, would you call the roll, please?
Bruce Stickle.
Present.
Dan Schomer.
Present.
Doug Humphrey. Dan Verbeck.
Present.
Jody Lee. Present. Karen Wilson. Present.
Mr. Scott, would you lead us in the pledge? Over here.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. As you said, Doug's not here. He got quite an honor. He's an umpire for softball, girls softball. He's umpiring at the state tournament, going around today. And he sent me another note. He's got the finals of the state tournament. Friday, Saturday, Sunday this week. So anyway, that's why he's approved.
Nice.
I know, I'm not making excuses for this.
I think
There's certain things you have to miss for. Yeah. Okay, let's get on with the business. Council, the meeting minutes of May 19th. Are there any changes, additions, or corrections to those? I think they're in order. If there are no changes, would there be a motion to approve those minutes?
I'll make this motion to approve the minutes as so written.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve those minutes. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Thank you. Okay, where do we go next? I lost my place here. Administrator's report. Sean is subbing for Steve. Steve was on a week's vacation, but he just got back, but he was grubby from kind of driving all day. So anyway, we sent, well, no, he wasn't supposed to be back yet. He was supposed to be back in tomorrow. Anyway, Sean, take it away.
We've been working through the budget, trying to finalize some of the numbers for the hospitalization insurance, payroll, IMRF, all those things that get added into the final budget, and then correlate that with our projections on revenue and expenditures, and be ready for hopefully a finance meeting on Monday. And I think is going to be 5 p.m.
5 o'clock.
Yep. And we've been also working with Kevin and stuff through the wastewater treatment plant project, and we have a meeting scheduled on that, I think, Wednesday or Thursday. Wednesday again. So.
Okay. All right. That's
Yep.
it. Okay. Any other questions for Sean? Hearing none, their motion to approve his report.
I'll make motion to approve the administrator's report.
Second.
Motion made, seconded, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you, Sean. Inspectors reports. Looks like we had a pretty good one.
Yeah, a little down for May, but it's early yet. We
You
got
think
a lot
it
of
is down?
summer left to
Okay.
go.
Tough to dig that.
Not too bad. You'll see we had, on the front page, he's got how many number of permits we've had, and had them all itemized, plumbing, electrical, and that, mechanical. So he's, like I say, he's still working on the new software. I'm gonna turn it over to Rob, and he can enlighten us on any changes in some of the, what's going on even in the conservancy.
Yeah, as you can see, 32 permits issued this month. 19 of those were plumbing permits. It seemed we had a run on sewer line replacements or breaks. And Randy, the plumbing inspector, and I even spoke about that. So can't remember having that many all in a row. We did issue the permit. They haven't broke ground yet for the Animal Aid Humane Society at 1912 East First Avenue. They have obtained the permit, so that will start here soon. We finalized one of the houses up in Conservancy, so there's still one under construction, and we finalized one in Legends, so there's still one under construction there. So,
Good.
And, we also have the house up off East 12th Street that just got cover inspection today, so that one moved along also.
Good. What's going on with the sewer line stuff? Just a coincidence?
Any ideas?
Is that even Orangeburg? Or is it?
I don't know. I don't know. Randy didn't say. It seemed like we had a bunch of them within like 2-week period.
Really?
And, I mean,
Kevin, didn't you mention, or somebody mentioned last meeting about MetroNet? And there was an issue with
In
them.
the last month, or they're finding it out in the last month or so that there's been a couple that they bored through. So I'd say a couple of those with that.
yeah.
Otherwise, it was just.
But otherwise, it was just strange because it was like all the permits were
Yeah.
coming through and it was sewer line, sewer line, sewer line.
Hmm.
What's along with the sewer line.
I know somebody had a tree break their sewer line too, up on, in Matthew Heights area. That was just recently, I believe, I heard about it, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, well, it's good, looks like a pretty good month to me.
Like I say, we got a lot of summer like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Hope so.
Anything else you want to bring up, Rod?
Nope, I think that's it.
Unless anybody has any questions for the building inspector, I'll make a motion to approve his report.
Oh, I did see something today, and it's from Facebook. There was an issue in Fontenoy Edition with somebody dumping garbage. Now, is that something that Dave Perry looks into, or?
And I haven't seen it on Facebook, but I'm assuming, I spoke with a complainant down in Fontenoy today,
Okay,
and it's the same one. Yes, Dave is already addressing that house. Letters were sent out last week to them,
okay,
and he'll go back down tomorrow because of the issue that I spoke with her about today.
Okay.
So apparently they threw stuff over the back fence.
yes,
Into the neighbor's yard, but the neighbor's yard is a rental house that's currently empty. We'll take a look at that tomorrow and address that.
thank you.
Okay.
Yep.
Good, good. Okay, thanks, Gary. I didn't know that.
Sorry.
I made the motion. You look for a second.
I'll second his motion.
Okay, motion made, second, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carried, okay. Thanks, Rod. Okay, now let's go to, let's go inspect department heads. Chief, how's everything with the police department? And by the way, we got your report here. I was impressed with how little overtime we've had.
Yep, yeah, we've,
That's very
well, hold on, because summer's coming, so everybody wants to be off from summer.
We have vacations, yeah.
Yeah, so that way, but with the way we have everything structured now, it's not quite as big of a hit to us.
Okay.
So it makes it a little bit better.
Yeah.
I guess one of the first things I would have is, golf carts. Golf carts are not legal on the streets in Milan. I had a meeting with some residents about it, and there was something brought to my attention, and oh, how we love Google AI. According to Google AI, they are legal, but as far as I know, they don't work for Milan, so that's not true. So if you Google something, please check, because it is not. It does do a good job of listing out everything that you would have to follow if they were legal, but they're not legal. So I met with some residents, and they had asked about what would have to happen, and I informed them it would have to be presented to the council, because it would have to be an ordinance passed to allow them. And within the state law, there are things that it spells out what has to be done. You know, they have to have lights, turning signals, horns, different things. So it spells out what has to be in the ordinance. But, you know, I told them I can't just say, yes, go ahead and do it.
I think a couple gentlemen want to talk about that in a little bit, so we'll get you on the agenda.
So that's the first thing.
Okay.
The next thing, Captain Radosevich actually graduates from the FBI Academy on Thursday. So he'll be back sometime this week. I just looked, he did one of the things they can do their last week, it's called the Yellow Brick Road. It's a physical challenge, which I knew he wouldn't have any problems with. But it was kind of cool because he posted some pictures. FBI Director Patel was out there with him doing it, so we got some pictures with him. So kind of neat thing for him and good for the department. You know, he'll have a lot of good ideas for back. And then the last thing I would have is, and this just popped up today for me, so I didn't realize it until today. The Illinois Chiefs of Police Association came out with something a couple of years ago. The first week of June is Law Enforcement Civilian Personnel Appreciation Week. So I included in the packet for everybody, a copy of basically the proclamation, just kind of an informal thing, but we only have one civilian employee in the police department for us, but she's very appreciated. And so I just kind of want to throw that out there, that this week is her week,
Per week.
you know.
Do we need a proclamation from?
No,
Don't think so?
this is just something I did informal, just within the
All right,
department.
that's good, that's very nice.
Kind of want to make everybody aware that.
Yeah, Tammy, our gal upstairs, does a good job for us
Does a
too,
good
so,
job.
give her congratulations. I was on a plane coming back from a trip Saturday. It was National Pilots Day or something.
Yeah.
So we had to clap for the pilot. We didn't want him
Thank you for saying
to
that.
drop us someplace.
Yeah.
I didn't know that either, everybody's got a day.
Oh, yeah.
So, all right, thank you, Chris.
Yep.
Appreciate it. Everybody, if you see Tammy, say hi to her. Good job. She does a good job for us. Okay, let's see, what do we got here? Get my papers straight. Please, 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 please. Kevin, how about you? Water and sewer operations report.
Yeah, everything's still flowing. We did have a boring group come in and do some boring sites with us.
They're boring people, or?
Drilling holes,
I know.
and they went anywhere from 15 to 50 feet down. They're looking for rock structure and
Yeah,
formation
yeah.
for stability. They found water at about 4.5 feet, so that'll be interesting when they come time for construction,
Wow.
groundwater level. And they'll have a report that explains the different spots where the construction is going to take place, so that was kind of interesting. We had an EPA inspection in the water system. He came in last week and we looked at the well sites and he went through our planning and emergency response and so forth. So we'll be getting a inspection report on that
Okay.
at some point. So otherwise, we're hanging in there. Kevin Stickle is being trained
Yeah, I
in
saw
the
that.
water lab. So that's good. We have some more hands that are experienced.
Yes, yeah. Who's doing that now? I forgot.
Nate McKay.
Nate, sure.
And Andy's trained also, so.
Good. Always good to have backups.
Yep. I know we talked about the sewer line collapses and stuff. I know Karen's working on putting together those
Yeah.
insurance options out there, so hopefully. we'll
So that
have
we can get it addressed by the first meeting
Yeah.
of August.
I got something today.
August or July?
August,
Okay,
so that we can vote on it
Yeah.
in July.
okay.
I got a letter today from American Public Water, something like that.
That's what I signed up for
That you did, okay.
in the interim.
There's another option that you've been working on with Haley, I believe.
Yeah.
That's got some good things too, which we'd like to stay out of it as much as we can. Let somebody else do the billing, take care of getting the plumbers to fix the line, so we stay out of it. And we don't want, it'd just be easier if somebody else could do it all.
It's strictly, at the homeowners.
Right, so what we would be doing, as I assume, was just letting people know that, would we want to say that we approve this company? Or just make it known that it's available to? I don't know, if we,
We'd have to talk to Lincoln about that.
yeah, if we say that this is an approved company by us and somebody has problems with them, then are we on the hook for some problem?
Right.
Yeah, we'll need,
I would just say, give them the options.
Yeah.
You have options A, B, or C, and
This
we're
is-
not endorsing anybody.
this is one of the options that
Right.
that we think might be good for people, but they can pick their own.
So they're gonna look for somebody they don't wanna get ripped off on,
Right,
and
right.
when you hear it from, like Rob, when there's building permits, somebody calls in about a roof, is this guy okay? And
Yeah.
he's certified, so if we just give them the option that these
That's all we
people
can
are
do.
certified, that's about all we need to do.
Yeah, we just have to let people know that, get it on their water bills and maybe our webpage, and let everybody know that there are options to do this, so I don't know which one's best.
Yeah,
See.
maybe they even have references we can contact.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, okay, so you guys working on that, that's very good, glad to hear. Hey, thank you, Kevin.
I have one question for the chief. Electric bikes are getting pretty popular.
The what's that?
Electric bicycles?
Yeah.
And are they on the same page as the golf carts? They're not
No, they're
acceptable?
separate.
They're separate?
Yeah.
Okay, because I see a lot of them going down my street.
Yeah, most of the electric bikes that are around town are okay,
Okay,
yeah.
Yeah,
I figured
Do
we could
they
ask. that question.
follow rules of the road?
They're supposed
yes,
to.
it is.
Okay.
Just like all bicyclists now are supposed to
Okay.
follow. I mean, as motorists, we're supposed to give them that 3-foot buffer, but they also are supposed to follow everything as
Yeah.
far as stop signs.
But they're not required to be licensed though, right?
No,
Okay,
Just like a fancy bike,
yep.
yeah. Okay,
yeah.
that's all I had.
A few motorcycles I'd like to stop, but that's another question. Not motorcycles, they're like a motorbike. They're noisy as all get out.
That's
And there's somebody who just delights driving around my neighborhood. I tried to flag him down, but I didn't jump in front of him. Didn't think that'd be wise. I think, Dan's just down the street. Dan, you stop him down your area.
Oh, yeah, yeah, we think.
Okay, thanks, Kevin. Oh, we're back. Okay, Steve, what do you got going on there?
Pretty busy month. Garbage, obviously, spring cleaning. Garbage is up quite a bit, so along with bulk pickups. We got all the playgrounds that got new equipment, got them leveled out and seeded. We've been working on all the water main breaks that were through the winter. I believe we have one left to do, and we'll be done with that.
Is that the one that's a continuing situation?
Yes.
Kind of,
yes.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, that one.
I think I know the one, okay.
And of course, we've been mowing and catching up on that. Kind of got a surprise. We're going to get a levee inspection on the east side on June 15th. So normally they're late in the fall, but they're doing it on the 15th of June this year.
Good curveball, huh?
Is this from the Corps? Okay.
And of course, we had a couple windstorms, we had limbs to clean up,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. And got the new roof put on the salt shed. It's just old time, and it got some rips in it. And spraying for weeds and trying to get everything cleaned up.
Normal maintenance. Levees, are they mowed down?
They're working on it.
You're working on, yeah, so I saw where they started on down. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
I believe I think he's done the east side now. I think he's starting to move towards the west side.
Yeah. Do you think the levees are in good shape for inspection?
Yeah, they should be. I had to get some meter tests done on all the pumps, but
Okay.
it's every 5 years you have to do
Would you let me know when that's happening? I'd like to tag along.
June
Last-
15th at 8 o'clock in the morning.
What's that? June 15th?
At 8 o'clock in the morning.
All right.
You can ride with me.
That'd be good.
We're allowed to have that.
They have a gator. It's not a golf cart.
Mule, we got a mule.
Mule. Gibby, can I ask you a question on the levee inspection? Is the Island River Conservancy Group helping with any of that, or is it just Village of Milan?
It's just that one section for us.
So that's-
I don't even know if they're getting anything done.
Okay, I was curious.
Usually when they get something done, we have to go and shut the gate at the Conservancy,
Yeah.
or the Conservation Club, because we have all the parts for that.
Okay.
But they haven't asked, so I'm guessing nothing on their side.
Okay.
I think, this is for the inspection you're talking?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'd like to ride. I went on one a while back, it's interesting, just keep up on what's going on. Anybody have questions for any of the department heads? Hearing none, Jeannie, don't let me forget you, Rick.
There she is.
You don't like to sit up here. Okay. Jean, tell us what's happening at the
No,
center.
we're just busy with weddings and graduation parties, and got through the whole prom season, and
That's
just gonna
good.
be a busy summer. Rock Island Milan School District is holding a lot of meetings during the week,
Good.
the next couple months up at my place, and then Parks, we signed the contract for the fireworks, so
Okay.
it's all set.
Up on that. Bookings continuing on past just this busy time of year?
Pardon?
Do the contracts go into fall and past just a busy summertime?
Oh, I'm busy all the way through fall.
Really?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
good.
Yeah. My
pretty
winter
good.
time is always my slow time, but yeah, I think I've got almost every weekend in February booked now, which is very unusual.
That's really good. That's coming
So,
along
I
better.
was talking to somebody from the Stern Center, and she said their bookings are way down. So, send them my way.
I shouldn't say that, yeah. Send them over here.
Anyway, but, well, they opened the new Healy Hollow out in Taylor Ridge.
Oh, that's
so-
theirs, I didn't know that.
But,
Yeah.
And then this Saturday, there was a wedding out on the North Lawn, so if you drove by,
I saw that.
did you see it?
That was nice.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
really
good.
nice, they had a nice day.
Well, there's a lot more competition now than when we started with the community
Oh,
center,
there's
so.
so many more
Yeah,
places,
so was
but
it-
we're still budget friendly, I feel like,
Okay,
so.
that's good. Good.
Yeah.
Hang in there. Thank you, Gene. Anyway, now, any questions
I
about
forgot
that?
to let you guys know, we did get the scoreboards up at
Oh, yeah.
girls softball up and running,
Yeah.
so they're working.
Good, they look good. And we've got an item later about the power supply for the festival. And, yeah, we had a meeting, well, that was last meeting. I think we talked with them, yeah, so. Motion to approve the department head reports.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded to approve those reports. Any other discussion or questions? Hearing none, all those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Thanks, guys. Chris has a meeting with the officers, so he's out of here. All right, bills. Item 7. Doug's gone tonight, so Karen's going to take over the finance committee.
Okay, this is a light month,
Yes.
which is good. $74,288.52 includes a $79.69 credit memo. Top 5 payables, Pyrotechnico Fireworks, Inc. for the 2025 fireworks display, $13,750.
That's just half,
I was gonna say, is that the whole bill or half?
they just require half now.
Okay.
They'll invoice us.
Okay, same company,
Same company, used to be Melrose Pyrotechnical, Bill, bought them out 3 years ago.
Sunday night,
Yes,
9 o'clock,
8:15,
8:15. Because there's a drone show this year,
I heard.
and that's Saturday, I think.
Yeah, 27.
So,
Sunday fireworks.
This weekend.
yeah, and everything's set for the community center as far as what you.
Bingo, got bingo in there on Friday night, yeah. I don't think we need for people to come in Saturday night, so that's nice of us. And
Okay.
then Sunday's the big trading card show.
And that was big.
That's really big.
Okay,
As a matter of fact, they booked a spring one,
nice.
because
Good.
Okay, that's a good thing. Zion's Bank, GO Bond Series 2024, $8,338.89. Sean, I'm assuming that's something with what area?
Yeah, right.
Okay. Martin Equipment Company, pins and bushings, $5,421.52. We're in the wrong business. So, was that street department only?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it was the mini, we all use it.
Okay,
We use stuff,
very
yeah.
good. Ivan Yoder, hoop building and maintenance, $5,200. I just found out today what the hoop building is the salt shed, so I
Yeah.
learned something new today. Millennium Waste Incorporated, municipal water / special waste, $3,999.27. So, special waste, what is it?
Sludge.
It's sludge.
But it's not considered toxic or anything.
Toxic, okay. You answered my question. So, once again, I would like to make a motion to pass the payables, $74,288.52. Is there a second?
I'll second.
There a second?
Jody.
Oh, Jody, I'm sorry, didn't hear you, Jody. Motion's made and seconded to pay the bills for the month. Any other question or concern about them? Have a roll call now, please, Michelle.
Dan Schomer.
Yes.
Dan Verbeck.
Yeah.
Jody Lee.
Yes.
Karen Wilson.
Yes.
Bruce Dickel.
Yes.
Motion carried. Paid bills. Thank you, Karen. Professional service agreement with IMEG, they're one of our engineering companies, but one we kind of do the local business with, for the year in the amount of $1,250. This is kind of a retainer. We have a lot of questions for them during the year, and this is a charge, so they'll answer a lot of questions for us and do work that's not going out for bid or not a big deal. It's just something that, so that they will help us during the year. Sean, you have anything else to say?
Correct, that is correct.
That's pretty much it. So we do this periodically. It's happened before. So without it further ado, I think that's a fair agreement. There's a listing of what they do. Oh, excuse me. Throat's dry.
They're cheaper in Lincoln.
I don't know. Anyway,
If they do anything.
I'll make the motion to retain professional service agreement with IMEG in the amount of $1,250.
okay.
I'll second.
Motion made, second to enter into that agreement with IMEG. They do good work for us. They have for a long time, but we have branched out into other groups that do things for us too, depending on what we need done. But that's they're good. They've been for a long time. This was the former Miss Stanley. Jeez,
Yeah.
bonkers.
They've been around.
And we've done business with them for years and years, and they've merged into IMEG, which is a rather big company. So, okay, well, did somebody make the motion?
Jody
I
Lee.
did.
Okay.
Seconded.
And the motion's made and seconded to make that payment of $1,250 to IMEG. Have a roll call, please, on that.
Dan Verbeck.
Yes.
Jody Lee.
Yes.
Karen Wilson.
Yes.
Bruce Dickel.
Yes.
Dan Schomer.
Yes.
Motion carried, thank you. We make good use of them. Okay, consideration of a revised quote from LMI and Mid-American for Camden Park in the amount of $36,747.32, not to exceed 37. This is a revision from the power service for Camden Park for the festival group. We agreed last time that we would do this. There were some changes to that, so this is actually just a change order. They found out that the service that was quoted first was not big enough, actually.
The quotes were good. Gibby,
Oh.
you can help out a little bit too if you, they needed,
We needed two services to come in.
Oh.
So Mid-America sent the two, one didn't come through, so then we just assumed we only needed the one.
Oh.
And it was a two-phase 400 amp service, but we needed a second one at a different location at the back of the softball fields.
Yeah, yeah.
So we need one at the girls softball building and then one behind. So the email didn't get through to Steve, and I think he's the only one that got them sent to him. And then when I got looking at it and talking to the electrician, he's like, well, so we're not doing the second service? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, well, so then we went back, and I had to call him to send the revision, well, not a revision, but the second quote.
Yeah, I
come through.
understand, but I misspoke, I'm sorry, I didn't, okay. So
No.
this is, in a sense, is the actual quote for the services that we
This
need.
was the original, yeah, and when Mid-America came
Yeah.
back with their, because we had to get them to rebid it, because that was a year-old quote. And when we did it, it's one didn't come through.
Yeah,
and then one of the LMI quotes on location 2 had 2 options, but in talking with the electrician, what the load capacity and stuff like that, really option 2 was the safer, pretty much safest way to go.
To not pull too many amps out of one circuit.
okay.
Is this for the lights?
No, this is actually for the festival. They were spending, what, 20,000 or something more per year to rent generators? And this is to get the power back to them so that they don't have to rent the generators
It cost them $20,000 for 3 days for a generator?
Oh, yeah.
And plus diesel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Them things are big. They're
So
big.
at this point, we
So
can
are we
charge.
running the carnival rides then? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't they bring their own generator in?
No, it won't run the carnival rides. This is the stage, all the food trucks, and then the area where they park their trailers. all the rides have their own motors and are self-sufficient.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So that's not there then, because the lights got a lot, right?
The lights are already done through the softball, through the girls softball, they're already,
There's nothing stealing off of those lights?
no.
they take a tremendous amount of power apparently. He's talking about how big those generators were last meeting, you know, was the last meeting that Kevin was here? Yeah,
I
yeah.
just don't remember spending much down here at Dixon along the fence when we did that for the food trailers down there.
We
Seems like
had,
a lot of
but they
money.
all had the power. They could all hook up onto there's podiums all through Dixon. So we had power there waiting for them already.
Yeah,
They didn't have to rent generators.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And
So
we're gonna
this
be
is-
doing the
that's
same
why-
thing up here.
Yeah,
one of the costs of working up here, I guess,
Yeah.
yeah.
so this is to alleviate buying the fuel. I think the fuel cost was $20,000. That they did, you know, that's extra.
Gary, will we be charging them then?
I think you're gonna be reimbursing some.
The last I remember was they're open to future discussions with the city
Yes.
on how to continue a good partnership, so.
Okay.
I can't say yes or no, but I know they're open.
But I just can't see the taxpayers paying the festival bill.
Yeah.
I just can't.
Well, this is one of the ways to get the festival in, I guess, Dan, I don't know, but.
It's
Oh,
a one,
I understand that, but, you know,
it's a one-time shot versus,
Right, it's gonna be there forever.
yeah,
Yeah, instead of it
It's not gonna
every
go
year,
anywhere.
paying the rental.
but I understand what you're saying.
Yes, I do too.
And we did approve the 27, we just need to
Yeah,
adjust
we
it.
approved last month, or last week, last couple of weeks, the 27,000. So this is an extra 10,000 more.
Drone. So-
Yeah, they were talking, the drone is an extra expense for them this year too, the drone show. So they were talking about how this was going to be a lot of expense for them. So, any other comments? Anybody have a motion to approve this or whatever? Do I hear a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the LMI amount of 37,000, not,
Not to exceed.
36,742, not to exceed 37,000.
Yeah.
I second.
Okay, motion's made and seconded for the work at Camden Park. I was surprised that this came up too, but anyway. Would you call roll, please, on the question, Michelle?
Jody Lee,
Yes.
Karen Wilson,
Yes.
Bruce Stickle.
Yes.
Dan Schomer,
no.
Dan Verbeck.
Yeah.
Motion carried. Okay, very good. We'll get that done. Hopefully that's all the expenses we have there for a long time. Okay, item 10 is a restaurant license for Anime's Swedish Bakery. This is from a lady named Heather Kinney. She lives in Taylor Ridge, but she's renting the, what? Beaulieu's building behind CVS. I couldn't come up with a name. And wants to have a Swedish bakery cafe. Well, me being partly Swedish, sounds good to you too, yeah. Well, we got a lot of Swedes around us. 100%? I'm about a quarter. Anyway, she's been checked out and everything's okay with the application, so I would suggest we get a business filled up, get a new business going in town and have a place to go get some good bakery stuff. I'll visit the place for sure. Would there be a motion to this?
I'll make a motion.
Okay.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve the application of Heather Kinney to open Anime's Swedish Bakery and Cafe at the place where we all know. I think we do a voice vote. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Thank you. And I have another one here from Biana, and I can't tell the last name. Trier, I'm not sure. I'll get.
Bait shop.
Bait shop. Sorry, bait shop. We had an application for this a few years ago for the same kind of thing from some different individual, but they never did anything with it.
Well, they had place where you can get hamburgers at noon at the bake shop.
Well, that was
And that was
different.
run by the bake shop.
Yeah, that was different. This is just for a snow cone business, so I don't know whether it's gonna be there or not. I don't have any reason to not let her do that. I'm not gonna stop and have any snow cones, but some people might. Try the business, if it works out, it works out, so. If that works for you, would there be a motion to?
I'll make a motion that we accept the application.
Okay.
Second.
Motion was made and seconded to approve the license for a restaurant license. I guess that's the best we could do. It's not really a restaurant, it's an outdoor, they'll just have a stand, I assume, maybe a tent to sell snow cones, okay? And we'll watch if there's any problem with that location. I don't think there should be, but- Okay, motion was made and seconded. All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Thank you. Item 12, I'm going to suggest that we table this. For one thing, we don't have the total report on the background of the individual who is, I don't even have a copy of it, who's applied. They want a D2 for gambling machines. It's the business in Gaslight Square, facing the Ann Loser Road. They already have a liquor license, but they don't have a pour license, which you have to have machines. Okay, so this would be a precursor to that. So I'm recommending that we table this for a couple of weeks for more information, but then we'll vote on it. And with the idea in mind that the reason they want this is to get gambling machines. And we talked last time about that we're kind of over full.
Can I speak for a minute?
Sure can, Karen.
I looked on the state of Illinois website today. I forgot to bring my papers in. Milan, Illinois has 16
Yeah.
gambling facilities with a total of 86 machines. Our population is right around 5,000. If you divide the 86 into the 5,000, for every 58 people, there is a gambling machine available for them.
They shouldn't be crowded, should they?
Now, the city of Rock Island has 17 gambling facilities. They're twice the size of Milan. They only have 100, for every 138 people, they have gambling machines. The city of Silvis is still, we're ahead of the city of Silvis also. So I would suggest that the Gaslight Mart, which I frequent sometimes, not get gambling machines, and that we have some sort of ordinance to stop the madness.
Actually, this application is not for the machines, Karen, but I understand
The end game.
where you're getting, I know the
yes.
end game.
I mean,
That's why I'm
you're not
asking,
gonna
that's why I'm
sit
saying
and-
table this with more
Yeah.
information. If that's their intent, we need to make them aware
Yeah.
that there's a possibility of not having any more machines.
because we just had a restaurant open about a month ago,
Yeah.
and they put the cart before the horse.
Yes, they did, they put up a sign.
And said, come gamble here. Well, we hadn't voted on it yet. So,
I would have no problem with putting a limit on the machines.
Yeah.
I tend to agree. People have some good points that if,
Yeah.
maybe the business will take care of itself, that
Right.
when there are too many, they won't make
Right.
enough money to want them, but that hasn't happened yet, so.
and there's children in there, in the laundromat.
Yeah.
You know.
We just need to consider that.
I don't see any long lines outside waiting to get in to gamble, so there must not be enough people going in.
You just ain't there at the right time.
Oh, I'm there all the
And
time.
I'm not opposed to gambling.
My wife's
I'm
a
just
gambler,
saying.
I'm there all the time.
Enough's enough.
Yeah, I'm not for putting a moratorium on it, I've always spoke that, I've always said that, let the businesses govern themselves, whoever makes it, and they don't, they don't. So I'm not gonna stop money from coming in the village by putting a moratorium on it, but that's just my opinion. But like I said, not many people standing outside waiting to get in, so they need more people to get in there and gamble.
I need to talk to the owner, if that's his intent, I want to make sure, very sure. We may not want a D2 license, a little iffy in a small space like that with just a liquor store, so. I'll get more information and bring it back next meeting. So would there be a motion to table this? That means it'll come up.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to table the D2 liquor license for Gaslight Mart.
I'll second that.
Second, motion made and seconded to table this. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Thank you. Somebody's phone? Oh, that's okay. We can move ahead. Committee reports, let's go to those. Dan,
I don't have anything.
okay. Jody, anything to bring up? Karen? You always do.
Let's not forget about Dixon Park.
Yeah, we need to get back to
We
that.
need to get back to that. We want to do good things in this next 4 years.
We got it right here.
Yep, so, that's my only comment.
Okay, that's good, that'll be brought up at the finance meeting Monday, or the budget meeting Monday, to talk about that too, okay? Good.
Perfect.
All right, Bruce?
Nothing here.
Dan?
I have nothing.
Nothing? Okay, Dan, do you have anything else to bring up?
No, we're good.
Duncan? Okay, hearing none, let's go to the citizens' opportunity to address the board, and we have some people signed in. Number one on the list is John Carius and Jim Whittup, talk about golf carts. So gentlemen, would you come up here and give us your name and address, and you have 3 minutes.
Face that way or?
I'm sorry?
Face you.
Yeah,
You're all
this
right.
way.
Okay.
We're gonna get a podium,
Yeah,
but we
we're
haven't
not
got one yet.
Oh, okay. Good evening, Mayor and council members. Thank you for the opportunity to speak tonight. My name is John Curious, and I'm a resident of the Conservancy in the village, as well as the Conservancy HOA president.
And I'm Jim Whittup from the Conservancy, former president of the Conservancy, and you wanted our address, 3615 Middle Circle East.
Okay,
I'm here on behalf of many neighbors and respectfully request that our city allow the use of street legal golf carts within our neighborhood. In the Conservancy, we currently have 9 homes with these vehicles, and I do not own one. However, I'm a proponent, not only because of our unique situation compared to most neighborhoods, but also because of the practical usefulness of the golf carts. We are proposing the legal use of properly equipped, low-speed, street legal golf carts for the following primary purposes and reasons. One is transportation for the elderly and individuals with disabilities in our neighborhood, which we have a fair amount of. Many residents in our neighborhood are aging or live with mobility challenges, and golf carts provide a safer, more accessible alternative to traditional vehicles. They allow individuals to remain active and independent, helping them attend community events, visit neighbors, or make short trips without relying on others. One of the owners, and I have handouts so you guys can read more about this, but one of the owners, Jim, had knee replacement surgery, and he got a golf cart because of this reason. We have two ponds and a small lake, and likes to go fishing, and many do. So one of the owners had cancer treatment, and during recovery, he has used the cart to bring his fishing gear, et cetera, down to the lake as well. And we have a couple more. And just the other Memorial Day weekend, I borrowed a neighbor's cart to give our elderly relatives who were visiting from out of town a tour of the neighborhood and the lower lake, et cetera. Number 2 would be recreational and practical use. We live in a community with 3 various sized ponds, which many residents access for fishing and outdoor activities. Carrying the gear, the heavy coolers or batteries for the boat, these golf carts simplify and encourage these healthy outdoor activities. Also, these carts are used for trail maintenance. We have a pole behind weed sprayer which connects to the carts and is used to keep the trails safe and clean for walking. Also, dead trees fall frequently, and volunteers cut them up and utilize the carts to remove the logs. Number 3 would be environmental and community benefits. Street legal golf carts are energy efficient, produce 0 emissions when electric, and reduce traffic congestion. They're quiet, which preserves the peaceful nature of our neighborhood, and their use supports environmental goals and helps promote the culture of sustainability. We're not asking for unregulated use.
John, I'm sorry to interrupt, we have a 3-minute limit.
Okay, so-
I understand, I think all the trustees do.
And I have a handout for it.
Okay, I think this is business for the police committee, and as Chief said, he's the expert on what's allowed and what's not. I don't know what state laws there are.
I know they can't go on Knoxville
Yeah,
Road.
and nobody ever takes them out there.
Right.
We have one way out one way in and one way out. I think we're kind of an anomaly in that.
I'm going to
sense.
refer this to the police committee for discussion, and we can all check into what kinds of things we like. I'm concerned about one neighborhood having it and not other neighborhoods and where we go. Some towns are doing it. I'd like to find out more information, actually.
Coal Valley already has it in one of their streets where my boy lives on.
Just
Yeah.
one street?
Alito.
One street.
That's what we need to find out.
Alito allows them, Andalusia I know allows them, Silva's as well.
And they have to add the triangle on the
Yes.
back of it.
We need to check into that, and I'll guarantee you, we'll take it up. Yeah, we're going to pass it on to everybody, it'll be fine. Thank both of you for coming, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you very much. Next on the list is Sarah Savansky. Sarah? Yeah,
Sarah Savansky, Hillcrest Edition.
Okay.
I just have a question for all the different committee members and stuff. With the exception of Karen, you guys all never have anything going on? Do you have regular meetings? Do you have stuff on your agenda? Do you?
Well, it just depends, you mean on our committee reports? If we have, like, I have nothing going on?
Yeah.
Well, I have little stuff like doing some landscaping, I'm repairing some of the trim on the stairs out here, but that's not something I'm really gonna bring up. I'm looking at something major, like, I'm looking to put up a building someplace to.
not all those committees meet
Yeah.
all the time,
No.
Sarah. It's stuff that doesn't need to be brought up. You guys sometimes bring up questions that could be handled just by asking Steve or asking me to get it done. So if it's not something rather large, major, we take care of it ourselves.
I just didn't know if the committees were working on projects and things.
Well,
Because again,
we'd have one
it's
coming
always
up with
not-
finance.
We have- we haven't
You'll
come up
have a
all the time.
report from that,
Yeah.
and then we'll have one from Parks for this, Dixon, we'll have one come up on that, so when we have something like that, that's when we bring it up. But we're just doing little stuff around here, I'm repairing this, or one of the other people are doing something, I don't bring something small like that up, just something more
Okay.
major.
Okay, thank you. Deborah Kunst? Got to come up here, Deborah, we made the rules.
I need a minute.
I know, I'm not rushing you.
I'm getting there.
My wife has the same problem. She gets up slow, and I try to get her to move, and she just won't move.
I have a couple, actually. I put flooding down on the 19th of May. 4th Avenue flooded, 2nd Avenue flooded, and right as I was leaving for work, I had to go through about a good 1.5 feet of water. And the flooding from the last meeting, I listened online, Bruce had mentioned that we needed additional drains put in that would help with the flooding. He was, I think, talking somewhere else, downtown Milan, about flooding in the alley. Oh, they just need to put in a new drain to help with that. And for the 20-plus years I've lived in that neighborhood, it has flooded where residents can't get out of the neighborhood to go to work. If there was an emergency, they couldn't get out.
But it goes down pretty quickly, doesn't it?
I don't stand there and watch it.
I know. Doesn't
but-
it, Steve?
Yeah.
We've had problems for years, and it's gone down fairly rapidly.
Yeah.
We need a big line from that end of town across, but it's extremely expensive, extremely so. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, I didn't know if getting another drain put in would help with that, because maybe the drains that are there ain't in the right position to help with that drain.
I would
I'm
imagine,
just going by what I've heard.
I would imagine it's the diameter of the pipe that carries the water away that,
We've had instances like
May
that
not be
before,
big enough.
where with heavy rains, we get water.
I know, but it seems like it's the only area that I've seen it in.
Well, that's probably the lowest part. Doesn't that drain go right to the river?
Depends on what part of town you're at.
Right.
Some of 3rd Avenue goes straight out and then goes to Mirror Lake that way. 2nd Avenue and, where were you talking, 5th Street or 4th Street?
4th Street and 2nd Avenue.
So that goes
That's always-
that way through Erickson's and then down to Mirror Lake parallel with the levee.
Because from 4th Street down doesn't flood, just at 4th Street and 2nd Avenue.
Well, that's the thing,
That's the
that
only
I've never
place
really
that floods
seen
there.
Second Avenue flood too much, but Third definitely does. It all comes, it's all bold right there on Third. So it comes from both ends right to it. So you're getting from 67 and from the end of Third, that comes to them and then goes out. Basically, it comes back and then goes back the same way.
so we got all that coming into one area, it takes longer to take it all out. Plus, you got a 3-inch rain we just had, and if you look on River Drive, not to make excuses for the flooding, but River Drive has the same problem in Moline, but like you're saying, to take that and redo that, put another line in, I don't know if that's even possible or not, but that's always something to look into.
It's been on our minds for quite some time, but it's not an easy question to solve. The good thing is it does go down fairly rapidly. We have made improvements over the years. It goes down quicker because we used to have big floods on 67, and that disappears fairly quickly. So, Deborah, we're running out of time. Do you have another quick point, please?
Yeah, I was wondering, too, are you guys gonna be spraying for bugs soon? Because they're out in full force.
Who?
Bugs,
Oh,
spraying.
Steve takes care of
We
that.
just got the bug machine tested, but it does have to be a certain temperature, and we don't spray till 8:30 at night, so it's gotta be above 70 while you're spraying, or it's not being sprayed.
That's on a regular program.
I was sitting outside the other day and I had to go in.
What?
That's why I was wanting to know.
They're starting,
As soon as
okay.
the weather stabilizes and it's 70 until
Thank you.
10 o'clock or
Yeah,
11 o'clock. we'll do
Not
it.
been the kind of year to normally.
72 tonight.
Okay, any other business? Oh, Chuck, I'm sorry, did you have some comment, Chuck?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I'm sorry, I didn't look at the sheet.
I'm just a nitpicky kind of a guy. I drive by here all the time. Is there a way you guys can power wash the brick wall out
That's
front?
on the agenda.
It's on the agenda.
Steve's got that going, yeah, it looks kind of crappy.
Yeah, oh, thanks, I wouldn't use that word.
I'm being honest with you, it's been since 2008 when we moved in this building, and it haven't been sprayed, but
17
Whatever those
years.
letters are made out of too,
Yeah.
corrode, the water
Yeah,
washes down
I realize that.
and makes it look bad, I agree.
yeah,
Yeah,
well,
it's just, summer's coming, we're gonna be having a lot of visitors.
Yeah.
right,
Winter best.
I agree. Well, that's gonna be a tricky spot to spray because of the rocks there, and they gotta use a pressure washer, so Steve's guys gonna have to be very careful when they're doing that.
We got some chest waders if you need.
You know, if you don't sit down in the mud about 2 feet.
Thank you, Chuck. Anything else from the trustees for the good of the village? Hearing none, is there
I make
a
a
motion to adjourn? Motion's made, is there a second?
I'll second.
Motion made, seconded, we're adjourned. Thank you very much for coming, everybody.
Thank you.
Everybody?